Hi, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Welcome to the Hardworking Podcast. My name is Curtis, and I'm with my friend.
RJ Horner.
Awesome. How are you doing today, RJ?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So you excited to learn how to find time to work out as a busy parent, even with a packed schedule?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the discussion for sure.
All right. So, have you ever been running on caffeine, surviving your kid's half-eaten sandwich, and wondering how people find time to work out when you barely have time to breathe? I mean, who needs a treadmill when you're already sprinting after a toddler trying to flush their socks down the toilet? But here's the thing, your health matters. You need energy, strength, and sanity. Yes, exercise helps you get all that. To keep up with the chaos of parenting, and the good news is, you don't need hours at the gym or an expensive personal trainer. With the right mindset and a few creative tricks, you can fit exercise into your packed schedule. No babysitter required, no magic time tuner needed, just the little strategy and maybe some squats while reheating your coffee for the third time of the day. All right, let's dive in. Fun, realistic ways to sneak fitness without losing your sanity. What do you think about that, RJ?
Again, you know what? It's one of the challenges we've all faced. Look, I did not work out the entire time my kids were growing up. And that was because, again, trying to find time in everything you managed. It's one of those difficulties that we all face. But I will say this: here I
Hmm.
am, kind of suffering because I haven't paid enough attention to my health all these years.
But you start working out again, right? You going to the gym?
Because I've had to now prioritize it. But also, like I said, my kids are gone, right?
Yep.
But how during that's the whole point of this conversation is how during your child rearing years, how do you manage that? How do you get time to deal with something that I believe is so important?
Absolutely. Well, let's get into a couple points here today. So the first one was how to shift your mindset. Every bit counts. For the first thing, you don't need a perfect workout. A 5 minute sweat session is better than waiting for a magical free hour that never comes. Especially parenting. Sometimes all you got is 5 minutes, and what can you do? Well, you can squat while brushing your teeth. Is that funny or what?
I don't know if people can manage that. Some people can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So trying to brush your
Eh,
teeth and do squats.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Or how about like 10 minutes trying to do a quick hit workout before the kids wake up? So if the kids
So
wake up at 6 or something, you get up at like 5.
have you used hit workouts?
Yes.
I've only like I've watched a couple of them. So tell
Yep.
people a little bit more about a hit workout and
Yep.
how that can be beneficial.
Sure. It's high intensity interval training. So
Yeah.
with the 10 minute one, they'll just make you do like some like exercises that you like jump up, like jumping jacks. Then you do squats, burpees, that sort of thing, all in a sequence. And sometimes you'll do the same three items within the 10 minute period. So you might have like 4 or 5 rounds of the same.
Hmm.
Sometimes they give you a 10-second break to catch your breath quickly and then keep at it. So the whole idea is to keep your aerobic level up higher and still keep on doing certain exercises. So your body's always moving. The 10 minutes is great if you don't have the time. Ideally, working out time should be at least 20 minutes of cardio activity to maintain like a healthy heart level.
Hmm.
But a lot of people may not have that. But if you can wake up like 10, 15 minutes before your kids get up, or even give them like, feed them the TV or YouTube or their cartoons or whatever, and then you do work out while they're occupied, so you can do something in between, right?
And if you're like me, again, nobody ever really showed me how to work out, right?
Right.
But aren't there like online, on Instagram, on YouTube, there's all kinds of videos that you could watch and maybe follow along with. I actually just
Yep.
discovered this one for abs to help develop your core.
Yep.
And so I'm looking forward to trying to implement. I've been watching it. So, and that's a key too. Maybe watch it a few times before you go and attempt this, right?
Yep. Good.
So that you know the exercise, and then when you're ready, you can follow along with it
Yeah, for sure. I'm more of a watch and do type person, so I would
at the
watch
same
the
time.
video and do it at the same time. That's how I am.
And if you
Um,
can go, you know what I mean, go ahead and do that.
yep.
But again, I just recommend getting familiarized with the exercise before you go and attempt them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Unless you already have previous athletic abilities, it might
Right.
be fine, right?
Right. And I'm thinking from persons like myself who are overweight and trying to, they haven't exercised, they haven't been healthy, or, haven't had a health regimen in their life. How
Yeah.
do we implement that in a way that's going to be effective and safe?
Yeah, for sure. So another cool idea is, you got a toddler, you can pick them up and do some squats.
And your
Little
kids are gonna
routine.
love that too, right?
Uh,
They're gonna laugh and look what mommy's doing, right?
oh,
So
they just think it's fun. You're having fun with them. Meanwhile, you're trying to
yeah,
get a little bit of a leg workout, right?
absolutely.
So fitness is not an all or nothing type of thing. Every little movement adds up, whether it's an official workout or just running up and down the stairs for 20 minutes or 20 times a day, rather. Not 20 minutes. You may not have 20 minutes, but just keep little things in mind and just try to add an exercise to it.
Yeah,
So,
and you know what? And at work, I know my trainer has taught me that you know what? There's wall exercises you can do,
mhm,
stretches, and then some chair exercises that you can do. So while you're at work, you can take a couple of minutes and put these things into your life.
right on. One of the things I was playing with one time before was doing the 500 push-ups a day thing. And every 20 minutes, I do push-ups or 20 push-ups, right? So you basically got a 20-minute break. But what's fun was when you do like this type of thing. Could you imagine me saying, 1 second, I can do my push-ups, right? It's like, what the hell is he doing? But if you tell people you got a challenge or something like that, it helps. So they know, oh, okay, that's why he's doing it.
Yeah,
Which brings up a new point is my wife, myself, and one of her friends from work are going to do 75 hard March 31st. So
you're gonna do what?
a thing called 75 hard. It's Andy Frisella. It's a mental toughness workout, basically. Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, please let people
Sure.
know. Absolutely.
Okay.
What is it?
So it's a challenge where you have to, well, first, you got to take a picture of yourself every day. You got to do two workouts of 45 minutes each. And one of them is outside. So it could be like a walk, run, or something outside, right? Or a hike, whatever you like. Then you got to drink a gallon of water, which makes you go pee a lot.
A gallon of water. That's like so in
It's
Canada,
just
that's three and a half liters.
3.75 liters. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot of water. I
that's.
did it. I've done it, and you do pee a lot.
I
Yeah,
would assume so.
yeah, yeah. So that's the interesting part. And then you got to read 10 pages a day.
Okay.
So 10, whatever the nonfiction book. So like self development,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe business
Which
strategy,
I mean, to
something.
me, that's a daily practice already, anyways. So
Yeah. So some of it for some people might be easy, but other people it's hard. I did it. Well, I did it a couple years ago. It was awesome. My buddy, he did it, and he lost his beer belly pretty quickly within after I think about 3 months or so. It took him. 75 days. It depends, but if you fail, you got to start over.
day
So
one again.
hopefully you're not in day 70. You got to start again.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
think, and that's the thing. Usually, if you're going to fail or miss a day, it's going to be in the beginning, right? It's going to be in
yeah,
the first 20 days or so. I think after that, they say it takes 21 days to build a habit, right? So,
yeah.
you know,
Good. All right. Another point here is schedule it like an appointment because it is one. If you don't schedule your workouts, they'll always take a back seat to everything else. Treat exercise like an important meeting. You wouldn't cancel a doctor's appointment, right? Pick a time that works for you. So, what time is good for you for your workouts, RJ?
I usually do it right after work. So, and that's a great time. Whether you do it at a local gym, so on your
Mm-hmm.
way home from work, or whether you have a gym at your work or near your work, you know what I mean? But I find that's the best time because you're still into your work day, so to speak. You haven't
Yep.
gone home to start that at home work routine. So whereas you have kids, you know
Yep.
what? You're not at home with your kids. Now, maybe you have one like you have your kids who have to be picked up at a specific time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's hard to fit in that way. But I would suggest maybe one parent, picks up the kids,
Yep.
the other one goes to work out. And then maybe after dinner time or something like that, or before dinner time, the other parent goes to work out.
Yep.
So it depends. I guess it would depend on who cooks dinner too.
Yeah, for sure. Have
But
do
but
you?
try to work that out together.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Also, you can set reminders on your phone. Same idea as like oh, I got to pick up milk before after work today. Hey, I got to work out after work. You know what I mean? Have an alarm on your phone that reminds you. Hey, I also got to do this today before you get home.
That's so I put a calendar appointment every for whatever my gym schedule is. I put it in
Nice.
my appointment book so that
Oh, perfect.
I mean, for the most part I remember them, but you know what?
Hey,
That
it's
little
there.
reminder when life gets busy, it's like, "Oh yes, I have to stop at the gym today."
Yeah, perfect. But you've built that habit over the last few months, right? So it's kind of automatic for you, right? And you also have a trainer, so it helps too because you got your accountability there too,
Well,
right?
that's it. Like, I've seen a lot of people at the gym, they have they're working in partners or they're working in pairs or something like
Hmm.
that. I actually went to the gym for only the second time by myself. And what I do instead of having a workout buddy is I have a workout log, like a diary,
Yep.
so that I keep, all my workouts in that. And that's kind of the accountability because you look forward to writing down each of your reps and your sets
Right,
and
right.
what
So,
routines you're doing. So,
yep. So using pen and paper, right? Have you ever seen any electronic stuff they have out
no, I
on your
haven't.
phone? Well, I have one on my phone. It's called Total Body Workout, and it's different workouts. But I just it just shows you like maybe like 10 exercises to do for the time each day, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday for when I go to the gym, and then it'll say how much weight you did, how many reps, how many is this, right? So you can always look back. So this week I only did so much, right? And then the following week I would increase it. So like I'm benching quite a bit now than when I first started, but not as much as I used to. Like when I was younger, I would do way more weight. But when you don't have someone pushing you, it's a little different. I
I
go to the
haven't
gym.
started. I haven't started a bench press with the free weights yet. I'm using the
Oh yeah,
machines,
yeah, that's fine.
just
Yeah,
so that I have a little more control, and
yeah,
that way you're not dropping them to the left or right or imbalance, right? So
yeah,
I
for
haven't
sure.
started with the free weights yet, but again, yeah, like there's so many different ways you can work out, and having that log. Oh, sorry about that. Having that log makes a difference.
Yeah, for sure. Do you also find that if you miss a day, you just make it up, or you just say, "Okay, I'm fine. Miss a day. I'll do it again the next day."
Yeah, you know what? It's about rescheduling, right? It's about that commitment to go. So you know what? Maybe Friday doesn't work, but I have to make sure to add an extra day on the weekend or 3 days next week or something like that. So
Yep.
that yeah, because I find 3 days a week is ideal for me right now. Who knows? Maybe one day I'm going every day of the week once it's a bigger commitment in my life, right? So, but I'm trying to
Yep.
get there 3 days a week right now, and that's working out.
Good. Good. And how long have you been working out for now? A month or two, or
Yeah, it's been
longer?
almost 2 months now. It's been about 6 to 7 weeks.
Oh, nice. Good job. Nice work. That's good work. All right. So next point here is involve your kids, also known as free personal trainers. Let's be honest, kids don't sit still, do they? No, of course not. They're always doing something. So why not make them part of your workout? Some ideas here: family dance party. Blast their favorite songs and dance like a maniac. It's a cardio and it makes you the fun parent.
And I've seen a lot of these videos online, and you know
Oh yeah,
what? We don't implement them as parents, but you know what? Put some music on, and then when that song comes on, you know what I mean?
the kid knows. Yeah,
There's a commercial on where the mom's picking up her daughter from soccer, right? And the mom's just singing along to the music when she picks her up, and of course the daughter's all peeved. But within 2 minutes, they're singing along to the music, enjoying each other a ride in the car,
yeah.
and the energy and the enthusiasm changes, right? So if you can do that while you're,
Oh yeah,
hanging out at home, what a big difference.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Another one is like a stroller workout. So you can go for a walk or jog with the stroller with the kid in it. If they fall asleep, that's even better because I know I used to do that with London, and she would fall asleep sometimes when I'm walking around. So it's not bad. It's good. Next thing would be like an obstacle course. Use furniture, pillows, and toys to set up a mini ninja course. The kids burn energy, and it's so much fun to do. So one of the things we did, there's called obbies, which is like roadblocks. So they have obstacle things there, and so London and I would make up our own obby in the living room and into the dining room. So you like jump on this pillow or walk across this other blanket thing. It was kind of fun. So
And I know you have dogs, right? And
yeah,
and dogs love to play chase,
yeah,
right? So there's a way to, implement that. Give your dog exercise as well. Get
hmm,
yourself, you know what, even if it's 2 minutes, you know what I mean? You're chasing them around the dining room table or around through the kitchen or down the
yep,
hall. You
yep.
know, that's 2 minutes of exercise that you might otherwise not have had.
Oh yeah,
And
for
it's a
sure.
way to laugh, enjoy some time, and
Oh yeah,
everybody gets a higher energy.
yeah, for sure. The other one is wheelbarrow walks. So just grab your kid's leg and let them walk on their hands. It's a fun workout, arm workout for you and them. And one of my favorite is the piggyback ride. So you just throw the kids on your back and you walk around and do stuff. You do this chore, that chore, trying to like dust and have the kid on your back.
Listen, what is that? Weight training, right?
Yeah. A little extra weight in your back. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Kids like 20, 30 pounds or whatever at some point, or maybe heavier if you do it as get older, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So make the most of dead time is another point. Think you don't have time? Think again. Look at your daily routine. Find those small pockets of time to add movement. Brush your teeth. Do some squats. Just don't fall into the sink or smash your head. Oh my god, that'd be bad. Like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
what
my head.
that's what I was mentioning earlier. Trying to coordinate that, especially some people have small spaces, right?
Yeah.
Um, so just and be aware of other obstacles around you. Like my wife likes to fill up every corner with a decoration or something like that.
Oh
Usually
wow.
they're vases and flowers. And if you're working out in the bathroom, you hit those flowers, the vase goes,
Whoops.
yeah,
Kabam. Yeah,
you're
for
you're never
sure.
gonna hear the end of that one.
Yeah, for sure. Another one is like you put microwaves labor for like a minute or two. How about holding a plank for that time?
Right, because we stand around looking at the microwave, right? Quite
Yep.
often, going, okay, it's a minute and 40 seconds left, and what are you going to do? Well, do some stretches, do some squats, do some, like you said, a plank.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just learned the plank myself. It's not something I ever considered. I didn't think I had the strength for. So I actually just learned how to do the plank.
Oh
And
wow.
it's a simple, easy exercise that works out your core and helps
Yep.
build body strength. And you know what? If you do it for 30 seconds or a minute, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you remember my friend Raymond Aaron before.
Yep.
He was up to almost 10 minutes, I think, doing those.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah, I did a
Yeah.
minute at a time. I haven't gone beyond that yet.
Yeah, yeah, it takes time. It took him a while, but he got up there. It was like pretty crazy for an older man, I guess. But hey, if you work on something, you're gonna get there. Doesn't matter what
Well,
your age is.
that's exactly it. Doesn't matter your age as long as it's a regular practice. And the idea is to increase it all the time, right? Like for me, it would be to try and get to a minute and a half,
Yep,
right?
yep, for sure. Yeah, so just turn little moments of the day and make mini workouts out of it, and suddenly you're moving the whole time. So you're just doing extra stuff, right?
Yeah.
The next is invest in quick and efficient workouts. You don't need an hour-long session to get results. Short, effective workouts work wonders for busy parents. Like we said, we talked about the HIIT workout, 10 to 15 minutes. Excellent. There's
And
another
so
one.
again, so for people who don't realize it, HIT is high intensity interval training. So doing
Yep,
things really fast, really hard, in short bursts,
yep.
taking a small 10-15 minute breather, and then starting something else again.
A 10-second, 10 15-second break in
Yeah,
between the 10 15 minute
yeah.
break. Another one is Tabata. I hope I sounded right. It's a 4 minute workout. So you do 20 seconds work, 10 seconds of rest. It sounds easy, but your muscles will disagree because it gives you the some like anaerobic burn on it. So it's kind of interesting. I've
Yeah,
done those too. Those are pretty cool.
yeah.
They're pretty
I
tight.
know even when I'm doing my weight training, that's one of the things is we have like a I don't know what she calls it. It's like a downshift or something. So you're doing like 8 reps at this weight. You know what I mean? And then, so you know how you usually take like 30 seconds or so between reps. Well,
Yep.
this one you drop the weight by 5 or 10 pounds,
And you do
and then
more.
go for seven. Drop it down again. Go for six. Right, without really getting a rest in between. So it's kind of like the same thing.
It's like a step down workout.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and but
pretty.
trust me, it. By the time you're done, you're like, that was struggle. That was a workout.
Yeah, you feel the burn later on, right? You feel
Yeah,
whatever you worked out, feel the muscles ripping, make it
yeah.
better, right? Another one is YouTube and fitness apps. Some of them are free, and they are perfect during nap time for kids. So you can spend like 10 minutes in there during nap time and do some workouts. If you're a stay-at-home parent, obviously.
Find a way to be able to watch it and like you say, do the workout at the same time, right? So,
Yep.
some aerobics you're able to watch the TV and move around, but there's some exercises where you have to move into a position you may not be able to watch the TV. So trying to find a way to balance the two.
Well, if you got your phone, makes things a lot easier to watch stuff, right? Put it on the ground or put it up or whatever you need to do. The next one is just make up about 15 minutes earlier. I know it may be asking a lot for some parents, but hey, getting up early is great. So morning workouts mean no interruptions unless your kid has a superhuman mom dad in his wake has the same wake time as you do, which does happen. Sometimes if you wake up, next thing your kid's like, "Oh, mom's up or dad's up. I must wake up," and then there they are. It also helps your day to start off strong, so you feel good. You don't feel groggy. You got a little energy boost first thing, right? And it's a good way to get it out of the way first thing. So that's what
Absolutely
I do.
changes your energy for the day, right? When you
Yep.
get up, you get some exercise. I actually call it the daily awe, and the daily awe is air, water, exercise. So get out, get the nature, the air into your system, get some water into your system, and get some exercise. Even if it's just a walk around the block, that helps. But I mean, any, like you said, intensity training,
Yeah.
stretches, lunges, push-ups, that sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, even doing a workout, you do have to do some recovery work too, right? Don't forget the warm up and cool down makes a difference as well. If you're doing intense workouts, there's some of the other fun ones where you fill in time, you don't necessarily need it, but it's just to give you a boost to make sure you're doing an extra thing so you maintain your fitness level, right?
And one of the ways to do that is, you get prepared for your day the night before, right? So that you can afford that time in the morning too.
Yeah, waking 15 minutes early is not a big deal, I don't think. But some people might initially, but you just got to do it every day and you'll get used to it. It's great. We're just building a small little habit a little bit at a time, right? So another key thing is if you put your workout clothes at the end of your bed, or even if you want to sleep in them, you can do that too. So when you wake up, you're ready to go, right?
Well, I mean, you need to refresh yourself. You need to, clean up, put deodorant on, that sort of thing. Even if you showered the night before, you still need to clean and refresh yourself for the day ahead.
Oh
But
yeah,
I think, like you say, putting the clothes at the end of your bed, or putting them, outside the closet, so that all you have to do is really just put them on, after you put your deodorant, brush your teeth, that sort of thing,
mm.
right? So.
Yeah. First thing in the morning, I don't bother. I wait till I get back from the gym. I'm not trying to impress anybody, so I just wake up, have a drink of water, grab the keys, jump in the car, go. Probably should. Well, during the winter time, it's harder to walk to the gym in the
So
summer.
you
So
go to the gym in the morning, right?
yeah, four
Do
thirty.
you do you get anything like energy, like sustenance? Do you like eat a protein bar or
Nope,
anything like that? So that you so
nothing.
you so you go there on an empty stomach.
Yep,
And how's your energy?
it's fine because I usually bring a protein drink out for after
Well,
workouts.
that's okay. Got you for
Yeah,
afterwards. Got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
well,
wondering, because again, some people may be considering, well, I don't have energy first thing in the morning. How can I go to the gym? How can I go work out, which requires a lot of muscle t- t- intention. So it's some people may be considering that's a hard thing to do, right? So.
yeah, yeah. Some people, but I don't know. Sometimes you just make a commitment to yourself and you don't care what it is. You just make it happen, right?
Mhm.
You don't worry about the little things. Just think, I got to do this. I'm doing it, whatever which way I have to do it to make it happen. And then once you build that habit up, it's fine. It just you want to drink of water. I always drink at least a little bit of water before I go, you know,
Yep.
and then just go. I don't
Yep.
worry about nothing. I don't think about nothing. I don't just say I got to go to the gym. I don't let any other thoughts creep into my brain until I'm at the gym. Because I guarantee if you wake up and you have like a moment, oh, I want to go to the gym, you probably will wrestle yourself not to go to the gym,
Yep.
which is true, right? So
Yep.
get up,
You've
just
talked
go to it.
yourself out of it.
Yeah, just go do it. Just don't think. Just do the job.
Yep.
If that's where you want to be.
And too many of us are looking for those reasons to talk ourselves out of it, right? We're
Well,
trying to find, why shouldn't I do that? And then we find reasons.
yeah, always. You always find some reason or some other excuse for yourself, right?
Right.
It's easy. It's easy to convince yourself to do something
Oh,
or
absolutely.
not
It's
to do something.
Yeah, to convince yourself not to do something. It's a lot easier to just do it, like you say, rather than trying to have that conversation with
Yeah,
yourself.
sure. So another one is paired movement with everyday activities. Multitasking is a parent superhero power. So why not use it for fitness? Watch TV, do some crunches or push-ups. Cooking dinner, squat every time you reach for an ingredient. So you go into the fridge, do a squat, open the door, grab something. Interesting. You can talk on the phone, walk circles around your house like a maniac. So there's no need to sit down and do nothing on the phone. Just walk around. Perfect.
And even so during your workday, you know what I mean, especially, if for people who work sedentary lifestyles,
Hmm.
people who sit around for a living, work on the computer. Look, we get up, we have to have conversations with people, impromptu meetings. You have to go ask this person about that thing, or
Yep.
or you go to the lunchroom or whatever. So these are moments when you get up and go do things. Well, just throwing in some stretches, you know what I mean, either hanging onto the door frame and getting your body stretched out that way, or doing some stretches to touch your toes, or
Yep.
things like that. And like I said, the wall stretches where you can do squats against the wall or something like that, or some lift your toes, so to stretch your toes out, right?
Yep.
All of these things can be done during our day while we're having conversations with other people, or while, like we said, you're sitting waiting on the microwave or something like that.
Yep.
Just ways to always keep that movement going, just getting your body in the habit of stretching itself out.
Yep. For sure. That's good. So yeah, just make it part of your routine. Movement is part of your routine, not another chore. So if you have a the mindset of saying I got to do this instead of oh I don't wanna, then we'll change your mindset, right?
Hmm.
So another thing you do is create a home workout space. No time for the gym? No problem. Set up a mini workout area around your house. You can put down a yoga mat for some stretching or lying down in protest. Or your kids will play on it, one of the two, right? Another one has some dumbbells or a toddler of around the same weight. You can use those young toddlers for some curls and stuff and squats. Some wrist resistant bands, right? Use those. Jump
Hmm.
rope.
Yeah, I use those myself.
Yeah, you also have a
Just a little resistant band that you can use to
yeah, yeah,
pull some stretches. And you know what, they sell them. They're like, $6, $8, $10, depending on which model you buy.
yeah,
Really not that expensive, so everybody can afford to have them. And
yeah. They're easy.
there's dozens of ways to work out with a resistance band.
Hmm. Also, jump ropes, quick cardio, right? No need for exercise bike.
And adults, we forget this one, right? As kids, we all walked around with jump ropes. We were
You
always
always had
skipping
access.
everywhere. Now we forget, it's an infantile thing to do, but jumping rope is, it's heavy cardio,
Oh yeah.
and it's so simple, right? And it gets those muscles moving in the right
Yep.
direction.
Yeah, for sure. Have a dedicated space makes it easier to stay consistent. So pick a room, right? Have that in there. You're good to go. Get a workout buddy, even if it's virtual. Check in with friends. Join an online fitness group. There's lots of Facebook groups about that. And try a virtual class. Have you ever tried that before? A virtual class?
I have not, but I've
Okay.
always wanted to do that, not necessarily like a mastermind, but get together a small group of people at a specific date and time
Hmm.
and do a workout session, right? So
Yep.
it's something that's always been on my mind, but never been able to do. Look, you're a fitness guy. I'm
Yep.
not necessarily a guru, but you're big into fitness. You have routines
Yep.
available. Is that something you'd be interested in setting up?
Yeah. I
You
could.
know what? I think that's something we need to talk about moving forward. Pick a date and time and start inviting people out. If we can get, and here's the thing, when we go virtual, you're not limited to, two people or five people or
Well,
10 people.
it's a worldwide type thing, right?
Exactly. We could have, we don't know how far that broadcast may go where, people can join in. Well, I mean, there is limitations in capacity as far as your Zoom plan or whatever, or whatever platform you may use, right?
Yeah.
So there's limitations there, but yeah. But again, we talked about YouTube, right, where
Yeah.
we put it out as content, and now people can watch it forever all over the world.
That's right. It's pretty good stuff, then. Yeah. So yeah, the virtual workout thing, it's just a simple someone going live and you're just working out with them,
Hmm.
and you don't necessarily have the interaction. But like you said, if you use a Zoom, it's more interactive.
And I think the thing there is the instructor or whoever's leading the training can kind of watch, right?
Hmm.
And look, here's one of the number one rules: everybody must be on camera.
Yeah.
That way, maybe the instructor can pay attention and go, "Hey, RJ, you know what? I notice you're slacking off. Come on, pick it up, RJ. Come on, let's get into this, right?" So
Yeah.
you have somebody to hold you accountable.
Yeah. I think they have groups for that too on Zoom as well. You can join. Yeah, they have the group thing in Zoom sometimes. You can
Hmm.
check that out. All right, so that's cool. So next, number 10 here, give yourself grace and keep it real. Some days a full workout happens. Other day, your work is lifting a screaming toddler, speed walking through Target or Walmart, wherever it may be,
Hmm.
carrying 12 grocery bags in one trip just to save time. It all counts. If you miss workout, don't stress. Just keep going. The
Yeah.
key is consistent, not perfection.
Yeah. Even with my trainer, you know what? There was times, look, she needs time for herself too, right? So my
Yep.
schedule doesn't always work with hers. So, she's like, "Okay, no, sorry, I can't work out with you that day." So
Yep.
we have to reschedule, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, things happen. Life happens for
yeah,
people, right?
let's say, like I said, my goal is 3 days a week, but that's one day by myself, twice with a trainer. But if they miss, you know what I mean, I can reschedule and do it myself. Or, look, unfortunately, it was a missed opportunity this week. Let's see what we can do to do three together next week or something. You know what I mean? So it's all about letting yourself, accepting the fact that it didn't happen today. But
Yep.
that's okay. We can do it again tomorrow.
Right on. So, final thoughts here. You've got this, my friends. Parenting is already a workout, but you can find time to move. By shifting your mindset and sneaking in small workouts, fitness becomes just another part of your routine. Start small, move daily, have fun, and remember, your kids are watching, so make fitness something they'll want to do as well. Now go crush it, super parent. So, any final thoughts for yourself, RJ?
Look, I hope that this is an important topic, right?
Yep.
This is something, and I hope we brought the energy to the topic because this is something I want people to pay attention to.
Yep.
For, like I said, for me, for far too long, I gave myself those excuses, right? Life is too
Hmm.
busy. I don't have the time. I've got to get this done, that done, that done. When is the opportunity there? And now here I am, 50 some odd years old, trying to make this a part of my life so that I can make 60, 65. Look, I'm going to have grandkids hopefully someday, right? I want
Yep.
to be able to chase after the grandkids and, enjoy that time and the laughs and the quality time with them.
Yep.
That requires me to be physically capable, right? So
Absolutely. Yep.
I think it's an important topic. I hope we brought the energy and the excitement to it, and I hope
Yep, for
people
sure.
take notice.
And don't forget, it's never too late to start. You can
Right.
always start anytime, any part of life. I've seen people who are 70, and by 75, they look like a fitness like giant. Like
They
they're
say it
amazing.
takes 2 years to change whatever circumstance, completely reverse it, right? So you
Yep.
can reverse
Yep.
anything in life with that much commitment and dedication.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. I love to see those people who do that. It's great. So, if you guys enjoy the show, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube so you'd be notified next time we go live. That'd be awesome. If you have any questions, just leave a message. We'll go back to you shortly. And if you're a fitness person and you are interested in helping us have more tips, or if you have some other comments that will help others out there become better shape, we love to hear it. So let's keep on moving, keep on thriving, and we will see you next Sunday. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good night.